So, I've been playing the Battlefield 2042 beta since about 5 a.m. my time. Currently, the time I'm recording this voiceover is just a little after 1 p.m. Now, I have taken some breaks to eat, and to just kind of relax and reflect on the game. So, in total, I've probably only logged around 6 hours on the beta so far. But in the time I've spent with it, I've played with every weapon that's been available to me so far, as well as tried out each of the 4 specialists we're given access to during the testing period this week. And speaking of specialists, am I the only one who's getting worn out by all these hero shooters? One of my main gripes with the game so far is this system. I'm already missing the class system of past Battlefield games. For me, it is almost synonymous with the series, as it's only received minor revisions since I've started playing games in this franchise back in the Battlefield Bad Company 2 days. I don't know why DICE and EA are so hell-bent on me playing as a senile old woman if I want to help my team as a medic. Why couldn't they have at least gone back to the route that they went in Battlefield 5, where you can customize your soldier to be whoever you wanted? They could have just as easily let you pick your gadget rather than pick a named character we couldn't care less about. There's just so much wrong with the specialist classes, at least with the limited 4 we get in the beta. Notably, 1. No team identity, 2. Worse team play, and 3. Worse customization. Now, starting off with point number 1, team identity. Granted, this might be better when we have the whole arsenal of specialists available to us when the full game comes out, but as it stands in the beta, I've already grown tired of the same 4 characters. Especially you, McKay, with your fucking grappling hook, hooking anything that does or doesn't move. The main issue here is your teammates look the same as the enemy, the only real differentiator being the color of the dot above their head. Not only that, but the fact that all these are quote-unquote expats is really weak and detracts from the flavor of the game. US and Russian faction troops are all sounding the same on the battlefield, with the only real difference being the narrator announcing zone captures or ticket counts throughout the game. I found that each of these specialists brings their own wacky gadget to the field that's supposed to change up the gameplay in fun and fresh ways, which is fine, I guess. But it leaves me sorely wanting to go back to the old class system and the previous Battlefield titles. Fortunately, my griping earlier about having to play as an elderly woman to play as a medic is negated by the fact that her stim gun is fucking useless. There's hardly any incentive to play Falk in the first place. Ultimately, I ended up using the pistol as an emergency self-heal rather than try to shoot my autistic ADD teammates to heal them for 20 HP. Hell, the health regen kicks in so quickly in this game anyways, so there's honestly not much point in wasting your time lining up your projectile enema anyways. I did like the drone you get with Recon Man. I forgot his name. Sorry, still not used to having epic characters in my Battlefield games. It's fun spotting people for your teammates, and it actually feels like you're contributing useful intel. However, I do think that the intel ribbon is bugged in the beta, as I spent a good amount of time spotting in my drone, and did not gain any progress towards the intel ribbon. Oh well. Having the specialist's sole purpose be to bring a gadget to the field, and then trying to attach a kit to that specialist really ruins the team play element found in the previous entries that use the defined roles of assault, medic, recon, support. I found that I was running completely out of ammo often, and could rarely find an ammo crate a teammate had dropped. I like to carry rocket launchers to deal with tanks and vehicles when the opportunity presents itself. But with no ammo crate and no comros during the beta, I was often running around with my pistol out asking to die as I had no more ammunition in my reserves, and there are no longer any ammo or healing stations around the map. This made me have to desperately suck my opponent's dead bodies just for a bump of 10 bullets for my primary, as my brain-dead fucking teammates, who are probably nice guys who just want to shoot rockets like myself, never drop ammo crates. To add to this, several of my matches consisted of half, or more than half, of the teams being populated by AI players, and they're obviously not going to be the most competent or helpful in any situation. Granted, it is day 1 of early access beta, and I did play during the waking hours of the morning, so perhaps this complaint will be less of an issue moving forward. And 3, worst customization. Look, at first I thought the customization in Battlefield 5 was annoying and an obvious scheme to get deadbeat addict gamers to pump their minimum wage bucks into the game as much as possible, but I did eventually come around to enjoying unlocking the different cosmetics that shipped with the game. With operators, there's less freedom and customization of your soldier, as no matter how you dress him, you're stuck playing an old hag of a useless medic. At least let me be generic dude, useless medic, for fuck's sake. I mean, just look at her. Look into those lifeless, soulless eyes. Who'd want to play as that? Anyways, I think that the bones of the game are pretty solid, the gunplay is pretty alright, the game looks pretty alright, and the performance for me on my PC is pretty alright. The sound, however, is not good. I do think that the guns sound underwhelming, and the footsteps are difficult to hear unless they're right up on you. And that's even with over-the-ear headphones using the headphones setting in the game. Did also run into an issue with the guns. I got killed from, behind and the side several times throughout the beta. And a lot of times the gunfire sounded like it would be way further off than the player actually was, leading me to, prioritize that threat as, a lower one rather than someone that I was already focusing on. Whereas I might have turned had I thought that they were closer than they were, or closer than they. You get what I'm saying. Anyways, for our sakes, I do hope that DICE has decided to let us play on the worst map in the game, as I do think Orbital leaves a good amount to be desired in the Conquest game mode. It's a pretty barren experience that can quickly get frustrating if you're unfortunate to be at the receiving end of an attack helicopter's barrage or a pesky sniper singling you and only you out after you've trekked 5 minutes up a green hill to the next objective. I don't know. I go back and forth seemingly each round on enjoying the game and being absolutely disgusted by it. I'll keep playing it for now, shooting AI players to make me feel good, wasting my life away, slowly but surely. I'll end it off by saying that I'm cautiously optimistic. I think this could become a very solid game. Likely not the Battlefield many of us were wanting, but it could be a decent detour for the franchise, so long as we don't stray so far away from what made it a great series in the first place, DICE. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.